crazy problems, and that's why this customer is moving over to Linux to try it out. And if it doesn't work, we can always reload back into Windows 11 Pro, or maybe even get into the beta program here in a month or two for Windows 12. So go ahead and follow along with us and see what you think. Hey guys, hopefully you guys can hear me all right. So we're just setting up to do some diagnostic and repairs here in the warehouse. Got the 34-inch curved ultra wide hooked up to this Dell tower here. This is came out of a university out in the high desert in Oregon. We ended up getting about 50 of them with 250 gig SSDs, Samsung SSDs in them. And they're all DDR4 with Xeon processors. And they were purchased right at the beginning of COVID, and then their library shut down for years. And then by the time they fired everything back up again, they just bought all new computers. So these things are, you know, nice. They're crystal clear. They've only got a couple hours of use on them. And so we're refurbishing them and getting them ready to go back out. So I'm still putting in new drives in them anyway, just to make sure that anything that could go bad is being swapped out. So new fans, new drives, double checking the power supply on these things, making sure that they're not having any irregular voltages on them to cause random problems. And then this customer here, he actually wanted Linux. So we downloaded the new Linux Mint from the website today, the newest revision, and I got that in a little thumb drive right here, and we're going to be firing it up and doing all the repairs and getting it ready for him. So I'm going to give you some closer shots of kind of what we're doing, and it's pretty fun to keep all of this tech going. A way lower carbon footprint by repurposing computers and putting new parts into them, and some of these are still pretty fast. This DDR4 one, I believe, would be equivalent to an 8th gen i7. It is a Xeon processor, so it has a lot more cache built into the processor, can handle larger input loads, just not as fast of frequencies for gaming. So as you can see, here's the Dell tower. It's a 3620. It's got the plastic still on the logos and everything. No real dust on it. A couple small nicks from sitting in storage. Here, this is a heated, radiant heated floor storage at this place, so it's not too bad. As we get into it, right down here is the new SATA SSD with a little pigtail in here for the power. Those can cause problems over time, but I checked all of the continuity and it seems to be fine, so it should be good. You can see how squeaky clean these are. I haven't even cleaned them. There's not a speck of dust in it. It's got two 8 gig sticks of DDR4. I'm thinking about adding 2 more for this customer, but I don't know. 32 gigs is a good amount for somebody who's not even gaming. It does have a PCI Express slot. No additional power though. If we come up here and kind of look at the power supply, it's a very basic Dell proprietary power supply. It is 80 plus gold rated, so that's good, but it says do not exceed 290 watts of power on it. So you would have to have a video card on here that would not accept any extra power. We do have some extra video cards. These are like 12 gigs. These are 8 gigs. I believe these are 6 and those are 4 gig video cards. So we got piles of them around that we double check and rethermal paste and get them ready to go. A lot of office computers now, it actually helps offloading when you're doing video editing, rendering, or doing any kind of SolidWorks to have a good video card in it, even if you're not gaming. So our next step would be to throw an operating system on the brand new clean drive and see how it's run it smooth it runs, and then go from there. So we created the thumb drive, pulled a brand new image off of the internet, and built a bootable USB. And so this brand new has the GNU Grub, which most Linux operating systems use to install. And we've already got the OEM install for Linux Mint 22 Cinnamon 64-bit. So we're going to be going through all of these settings and pulling what we need and get booted. It took about 15 minutes to fully reinstall a new copy of the Linux operating system. Now it's restarting. I just hit enter. It said please pull out the media and restart. It's a little distorted. It's not quite popping up at the right resolution yet. Continue to boot. Yes. I don't think we need that premium manager, but let's keep going. Ooh, So the monitor's dark on this left side and really bright in that upper corner. It's kind of like a starburst. Good enough for installing operating systems. There we go. We're up to Linux Mint. It's got all of the icons, did the full resolution. Everything's working properly. Welcome to Linux Mint. Cool. So the customer should be pretty happy. It's running Linux Mint 22 Cinnamon 64-bit on a Xeon processor, 32 gigs of RAM, and a solid-state drive. Cool. So it's been a while since I've updated myself on the Linux operating system and its features. So I'm hoping that I should actually look into it. I have an extra gaming rig that I'm not even using right now, then I should try seeing how well it runs with different parts. But I need to make sure I have the proper software before I go and do that, because it's quite a detailed thing. And I know that some of the video card support for gaming is not as updated as it used to be, or there was a time about 18 months ago, 12 months ago, when Windows 11 was first coming out and Linux was deciding to go a different way with software support on new video cards and new hardware. So hopefully a lot of that is taken care of and it's still available and working, because I'm kind of curious to see since it runs such less resources on the operating system, that if that gives more resources to better frame rates on the games. Because there's a couple of titles right now that are just crazy resource hogs, and kind of curious to see how well that would work. But go ahead and give me a like down in the comment if this is something you want to see more of. We're working on new content all the time, and I'm trying to reboot everything and make sure that what I'm making is something that people want to see. So go ahead and comment below, definitely. And I'd love to see what people think about stuff like this. So see you guys later. Bye.